Hello and welcome to Holly Tree Manor. What do you say, Loki? It's nice to know that someone is getting some use out of the Blackstone Grill. We're well into October. The leaves are starting to turn, and the sky has gotten to be that perfect shade of blue that I just love every year. Right now, it's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, which is kind of a magic hour with the sunlight. Everything kind of looks more intense somehow. Not necessarily brighter, but the colors. The green is more green. The trees are more brown gray. The grass is just really growing. Somebody needs to mow. But anyway, the colors are just more vibrant somehow. I still have a lot of work to do. If you've been following along, you know we're just about ready to start splitting some wood, which will be for the 2026-27 year. I have everything I need for this year. But I was just inside doing a few things, and I noticed the sunlight. I hear one of my neighbors mowing, taking advantage of this beautiful, beautiful afternoon. But those colors are just amazing. Autumn really is my favorite time of the year. The time is getting short if I'm going to get everything done before it turns too cold. I have a little job down here that I've just been, well, not really putting off. I've just been waiting a little bit. Maybe a month ago, we had a storm, and Mother Nature dropped down 2 branches for me. And they were down here along the stone fence, well out of my way. So I just left them lay. Why did I leave them lay? Well, because I had a lot of brush to burn and I didn't want to add to the brush pile. I have to kind of watch my step down through here. There's lots of little sticks and stones and things. You can twist an ankle easy. But these came down, and I thought, you know what? They can just lay where they are until the leaves dry. What'll happen now is when I cut the tops off, a lot of those leaves are going to fall off and stay down here, and I won't have to worry about them on the brush pile. The other thing is, there's a little bit of firewood in there. Maybe not. I'll give her a few cuts once I get down here, and we'll see. The dog must have decided that he didn't want to come along. I don't see him. He's done that a few times lately. I've headed out, he starts to come with me, and then he quits. But he has a mind of his own, so as long as he's safe and up near the house, he can have a mind of his own. I have this little target shooting table here that I don't think I want to keep it. I need to put the pallet forks on the tractor and come down here and pick it up and take it up to the shed. I don't really come down here and target shoot anymore since Ronnie died. I have no interest in it. With him gone, it doesn't matter. It was just something that he could do from a wheelchair, and he did enjoy it. Just love the way the sun hits the leaves and everything is kind of backlit. It's just beautiful. I'm very, very lucky. If I want to take a walk through the woods, I don't need to go and find a park. All I have to do is walk out the back door and make a little loop down through here. I have a little cleanup to do in there. I usually do that after the weather turns. I'll come down here and just start cutting stuff up into big chunks, throwing it in the bucket of the tractor and taking it up to burn. It's easier to keep up with burning in the wintertime because of the weather. In the summer when it's dry, you really have to be careful. We did have a little bit of excitement this morning. My neighbor, I go past her house to turn back my lane, but then I kind of come past her house again to get to mine. I'm kind of tucked in a little bit behind her. Oh, there's the dog sitting up there. Anyway, she's an interesting person. She has a burglar alarm on her chicken coop. And about 2 o'clock in the morning, it just started to blare. She was not home. She wasn't home, so the thing just kept blaring and blaring and blaring. And Juice kind of acted like, where can I go hide? I need to go hide from this noise. And there wasn't anything I could do about it. So I turned the television on to kind of mask the noise, and the dog settled down. And they didn't get that thing turned off till about 9 o'clock this morning. And apparently it just malfunctioned. There wasn't anybody trying to break into her chicken coop. So I'm hoping she'll turn it off and leave it off, because who wants to break into the chicken coop? I left the brush crusher sit out here because I'm going to be using it. We have, like I say, we have splitting to do. And what I'll do is I'll put it on the tractor. And some of these larger logs up here, I can lift them. Now, I don't have to lift them very high. I just have to grab the one end and lift it up off the ground high enough that as you cut through, you don't run your chain on your chainsaw into the ground, which has the effect of dulling it in a hurry. It's not that chains are all that expensive, but you want a chain to last as long as possible, because you don't want to be buying a gazillion of them every year. So that's all maple there. And we'll be getting to that. This is older maple. It's been laying there for a while. I'm not sure if it's still good for firewood. My cousin will come up here and we'll make a cut and see what we have there in the middle. It might be fine. I suspect if it's not loaded with insects, that it's going to be dry enough that I could actually burn it this year if I needed it. So there again, we'll see. The whole thing is a process. There's only so many hours in a day, and weeks in a year and days in a week. And we all have busy lives. We can't just go straight through working on a job. We generally work for a couple hours, and then he'll have something he needs to do, or I'll have some place to go, or an appointment, or, you know. That is also maple. It's all smaller pieces. I sorted it out just cause if I feel like getting out here and working and my cousin can't, well, I can do that on my own. My soul's certainly big enough to handle all that. But some of these bigger pieces, he's going to have to cut to rounds before they get split, because my saw's only got a 16-inch bar. Yep, down there's the pup. I don't know if I can zoom in on him or not. Yeah, he's laying down there in the yard with his frisbee. Don't really know why. But I look through the woods, and this time of day is just magical for me. I just love the colors. And, you know, we're not there yet, but things are starting to turn. And like I said earlier, that sky, goodness, that sky is just beautiful. I just can't get over how perfectly blue it is. I think what has happened is that one of my neighbors on the lower road, I kind of think he must have retired, because I hear him down there mowing, and I hear him out quite a bit. So I'm thinking that yes, he's newly retired, and that's okay. I didn't realize he was quite old enough, but if he was able to do it, good for him. And this is all oak. And there again, it's smaller stuff that my saw will cut. I've already made a start on that the other day. Came out here and cut until all my batteries ran out of juice. And they've been recharged. And I think some of those I can probably cut too. And after I get this other little pile done, I might start sorting through them. But this over here, no way. That's a job for my cousin and his big Husqvarna. That's how they got cut to that point. He brought the old Husqvarna up and sawed right through it. He's a good guy. He helps me out from time to time on jobs like that. And I try not to bother him on the little stuff. I just wait until I really truly need the help before I call him. And it's the same thing. He'll call me every now and again and say, "Oh, can you come down and help?" Or, "Oh, can you babysit the dog? We have to go somewhere." And, this is when they cut the oak down. This is where all the oak was laying. And I threw out some grass seed, and it's starting to grow. I am so happy that I see little green sprouts everywhere. We need a little bit of rain to nourish it. But in my area, throwing grass seed out in the fall is when you want to do it, because in the spring it turns hot too fast in the spring, and the grass just can't get going before it gets burned. I just love the shadows everywhere. Long, long shadows as we get towards the end of the day. There's another job, the burn pit. And have to bring the tractor up here and just kind of rest the bucket on some of the stones and just start shoveling some of that out. And then there's a place down over the hill where I dump all that. There's screws excuse me, there's screws and nails and all kinds of things in there you just don't want to run your tractor tires into. So it goes down over the hill where the tractor doesn't go. Looks like I need to bring the mower up here. Yeah, that worked out well. Up here in the corner, I have a little bit of cleanup to do if I feel like I want to get into it. Don't know if I will or not. It depends. And that oak tree that came down, it's rather inaccessible. We've already cut off what we can get to without harming ourselves. It's so heavy, there's no way to use the tractor to lift it up or to drag it or anything. Although, as soon as we get snow or something, it might be safe to get back in there and do some cutting. I'll have to just wait and see. Look there, the little maple trees. The way the sun is hitting those leaves. I just think that's so pretty. Years ago, my late husband and I thought about putting a swing or a glider, maybe even a little gazebo up here. So we could just sit up here. This is the highest spot on the property. We'd be able to sit here, maybe in the evenings, maybe even bring coffee up in the mornings and just kind of sit. But that didn't work out. When he was diagnosed with cancer, a lot of our dreams ended. There was just no way, as his health declined, there was just no way to manifest some of those dreams. And that's not a poor, pitiful me. We did what we needed to do. And even after his initial diagnosis, we got another 24 years together. So if we didn't get to do everything that we had originally dreamed about, that's okay. We were still together, still loving each other, and that's what is important. Just being together became the dream. That thing needs a bath. I love the look of a black truck, but man, oh man, keeping that thing clean. I've been gathering seeds from the 4 o'clocks. I was already out here today, and every little black seed that had popped open, I plucked off and took inside to save. And I suppose I maybe should go out here and check the peppers. I let some of the peppers stand because I want them to turn red and ripen so that I can get seeds off of them. The prevailing wisdom is if you save your own seeds from heirloom varieties, which these are, then over the course of a couple seasons, the seeds that survive, or the plants that survive and make good peppers, have become acclimated to your microclimate. I think that would be a wonderful thing for peppers. Oh well, there's my alarm going off. He's going to be a good one. He's going to be a good one too. Just have to let him go a few more days. I did get the greenhouse cleaned up. Yay me. bought that noisy thing to scare the deer, and it works. If not for the fact that they cost about $30, I'd have 10 of them scattered around the place. I also need to get out here. I've had 2 or 3 strawberries that just didn't make it. And I mean, that's to be expected, that the green stalk holds 30, and I only lost like 2 or 3 of them. And I have plenty of starts in the original strawberry bed to work from, so I'll get that done. And this is white sage, and I tore off a leaf. I can guarantee I understand why they make smudge sticks out of that, because it stinks. So anyway, that's a little walk around on this beautiful October afternoon. I feel so blessed to have these woods. They're beautiful. They provide firewood for me, shelter for the birds, and even though the deer are quite the nuisance, it's shelter for the deer. It's just one of those things. You've got to take the nuisance with the blessings. I think maybe another week or so, and we're going to be in full color. Yep. It's going to be lovely. So thanks for joining me here on the Manor this afternoon for a quick little walkabout, taking in a little bit of the color. If you would, like and subscribe to help Holly Tree Manor grow. And I will close right now by saying, stay safe and find joy in everything that you do. Thanks for coming along with me.